Okay, this is your Chapter 1, Day 1 homework video. We'll be doing number 17, 22, and 26. Okay, for number 17, I'm going to draw this out, shade everything in. Alright, so the question is, what is the pattern? Okay, so we had these original three drawings right here. This one, and that one. What's the pattern here? So I start out by drawing. The exact same drawing right there, and now we have to figure out what do we have to shade. Okay, so if I look at the pattern, I see up here we have a left, then we have a top, then we have a right. So if we have a left, top, right, it seems to be kind of going around in a circle. So I would say the next item in the pattern would be the bottom, that shaded part on the bottom. So left, top, side, or right, and then bottom. Okay, on to the next problem. Okay, for number 22, I started to remake the table just like the one used for number 19, 20, and 21. So I did 1 equals 1, 1 plus 3 equals 4, 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. And as I'm going through this, I think what I'm going to do next now is I'm going to start to make a table. So with the table, I'm going to have the term and the sum. The term and the sum. So for the first term, the sum is 1. Okay, that would be the answer. That answer is 1. For the second set, which would be this right here, you have 2 terms, and the sum is 4. For the third set, right here, right there, you have 3 terms, so 1, 2, 3, and the sum is 9. Okay? If we go a little bit further, let's do one more with 4 terms, see what the pattern is. So we do 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 16. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, and the sum here is 16. Okay, so now if I look at this pattern, what do I see if I'm looking at the table? If I'm looking at the table, I see this top number. If I have 1 term, that ends up being 1 squared. Do that in another color so it stands out. This second term right here, or the second set in the table right here, ends up being 2 squared. The third set of data is 3 squared. And the fourth set of data is 4 squared. So if I have 4 terms, I'd square that number, the number of terms, and that would give me my sum or my total. So now to answer the question, what is the sum of the first 100 odd numbers? We would do 100 equals 100 squared, because we just square it, and that would give us 10,000. 10,000. Number 26, it says the product of 2 positive numbers is greater than either number. Okay, so the product of 2 positive numbers, if I take 2 positive numbers and multiply them by each other, so this will be an example. Okay, here's my example. 2 times 2, that's 2 positive numbers. The answer should be greater than either number, and that equals 4. So that is an example. The question asks for a counter example. Okay? For a counter example, we could do 1 times 7. Okay? The product would be 7. So if we look at our 7, 7 right here, the product or the answer is greater than 1, but it is equal to 7. So because 7 is equal to 7, this conjecture is not always true, and it's any number times 1 is going to give you a good counter example.